local is a piece of what we do. Craft is a piece of what we do. You know, we joke around when folks come in, it's just like, well, this is the vodka I make because this is what I like. I'm making something that I like, and I really hope that you like it too. But it's based on what I think is going to taste the way I'm trying to design something. So the craft aspect of that we are getting to make something that is distinctly different, builds on the fact that we get to do it in a really neat building, and we get to use local products in order to do it. So between that interest in this almost magical process of turning grain or wine or anything like that into a distilled spirit, and then you combine that with a lot of the really neat history behind it, I think that got me really excited about the process of actually creating a product that people would be very interested in enjoying. There are very few buildings like this left.
I like to tell folks, and this is pretty much the truth, anything useful to us in this building stopped at the sidewalk when we walked in. It just, the appearance, the initial appearance just said, this is too big of a challenge for what we envision. But as you know, as you look around, as you see what we have, we just have this wonderful facility to do what we do, and then to a lot of nice little accents to showcase it in, our tasting bar and our gallery space. The building has a lot of wonderful history in this town. There's a lot of memories here, and people share those with us all the time.
You get in the back, you look up at the ceiling there in the production space, and it's just hard not to be amazed at it and just think how cool this place could possibly be. We certainly build on the idea and the growth in the whole local foods movement. Historically, every little town had a brewery and a distillery and all of the other things, a bakery and all that. So this isn't something that's actually new. What we're doing is helping to recreate the way that this industry looked 100 years ago. So from a business standpoint, while it seems kind of innovative that people haven't seen a lot of craft distilleries, this really isn't a new idea. And it only makes sense to balance this. You're a small distillery, you're making products that are kind of about and in your location. Using local ingredients isn't just a gimmick to that, it makes economic sense. We can go to the farm and get corn. We can go to the farm and get the botanicals we need for our gin. We can go to the farm and get honey when we need to play around with something. So there's some economic sense in what we're doing, but it also gets back to some of the history of the way this industry looked before Prohibition.
But there's nobody doing what we're doing. I mean, there can't be. We taste everything off the still. We decide what we're going to make. We decide how it's packaged. What we keep, what we throw away. So there's a lot of differences there. We'd like to grow for a variety of reasons. We'd like to grow responsibly. We'd like to grow within our community. We have a charitable arm of our company that we would like to continue to grow that and to bring that up so that we can, realize those goals that we've set forward for ourselves and continue to hopefully make a difference.
Every opportunity that we have to put our product in front of somebody, to put our bottles into somebody's hands or put a sample in somebody's in their hand, that's the best marketing that I think we can do for what we're at right now.
If you can have the two guys that are making the product, branding the product, out, shaking hands with potential customers, I think it's pretty compelling. Probably
one of the kind of most rewarding things is when I hear somebody else telling our story. Like somebody who's really excited about one of our products and wants to tell other people. You know, and we've heard this lots of times. I think our gin is a great one. We had that people who say like, I don't drink gin, but I love this gin. And when they're in here and there's somebody else who's part of it, they walk over and want to tell them about it. Or I've heard it out in public. And to me, there's just something really rewarding about somebody else feeling as passionate and as excited about what we're doing as we do. And that is energizing. Working on the boiler, to cleaning things, to responding to emails, to setting up tour groups, to thinking about product design and label and the regulatory issues. And it is going in 100 different directions all at the same time.
Yeah, so your engineer, your marketing, your janitor, your customer relations, we wear all those hats every day.
Our products are distinct and unique. Nobody else's gin tastes like our gin. But I think that's only one piece that helps us stand out. And I think that what we bring to this is an authenticity that most people don't normally see in the spirits world. Most of it's really big companies with flashy, media blitz type advertising. We're two guys who make spirits and really care about it.